Today's been a good day. It's Thursday. Let's see. Went to lunch with Paula today at the El Jalapeno Mexican restaurant, and she paid. She paid for it, and that's so nice of her because I eat like a kid, a Mexican kid. There was food on the plate that I didn't know what the name of it was, but I ate it anyway. Tasted wonderful. And let's see. We talked. We had a good discussion about several subjects, and I enjoyed the weather outside. It was very nice out. Not too hot and not too cold. Just right for me. I think it was like, I don't know, 88 or something. That's that's where it starts getting comfortable outside for me. But the darn air conditioner in the car, though, I tell you what, ever since my windows broke and they won't go down, the air conditioner has not been as cold as it has been here. So I got to get that fixed sometime soon. I tell you what, that car is falling apart little by little. I've had flats and everything. Paula, the dear woman, bought me a tire because she didn't like one of the tires I had that had wire hanging out of it. She bought a tire. It was a used tire, but it was a wonderful, wonderful expression of niceness, I think. And so we put it on there, and the next day it went flat. So I had to air it up. I bought a can of Fix a Flat to put in there, and it cost the can cost $8. And I put the screw the little thing on, and uh, pushed the button like you're supposed to, and the thing exploded out into the goo, the foamy jelly goo stuff that is stinky. Got all over my hands and the tire and me in my areas up through here and everywhere. Anyway, it was bad. Anyway, okay, so I backed up to the air thing and I put air in it and it stayed up till the next day. And it went flat again. So I aired it up again. And it stayed up till the next day. And I aired it up again. Well, that night, I think it was the 4th of July night, and we went over, me and Jennifer went over to the park area to watch the fireworks, and it was wonderful. And so after the fireworks, I said, "Hey, I'm thirsty. I'm going to go to McDonald's and get a cold drink." And I asked them, they want one. Jennifer wanted one, and another friend over there, Jessica, she wanted a Sunday. So I said, "I'll be right back, and I'll bring those products." And so uh, I got over to the McDonald's. The tire was doing well. Got to the McDonald's, got in the drive-through, and my window don't go down, so I have to open the door. And while I'm ordering it, ding, 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 it does that. So I ordered the stuff that I wanted to get because I was going to get me a really nice sweet tea at the McDonald's because you don't get sweet tea very often around here because of us being so far up north. And I miss it sometimes, and I like to go over there and get me a sweet tea. Anywho, I ordered the food. I mean the drinks. I ordered the drinks, and she said, "Come around to the second window." Because the first window, after a certain time, they close that down. They don't want nobody sitting back there, I guess, by themselves. Anyway, I drove on around there to that second window, which is the last one before you drive out the drive. Anyway, I'm sitting there and I got my little debit card. I'm gonna throw that at her, be cool. Like hey, I got plastic, baby. Kind of thing like that. Anyway, I opened the door. Ding, ding, ding. Sorry, my window don't work, but here's some plastic. And she says, "Our Visa card thingy don't work." And I said, "Well, what am I gonna do?" And she says, "Well, there's a ATM machine right over there within walking distance." And I'm like, "Well, okay, but I'm in the car. I'll drive over anyway." So she says, "Hurry back. We got them made, and they'll be, not fresh. And I said, well, okay, then I'll hurry in. And so I closed the door and put my card back into my, the wallet. Like slide it in this little slot back in my wallet, and I drove off. And instantly, I noticed that I had a friend, and it went blah 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 blah. So I said, well, I can't go to the ATM like this. I got to drive over to the air place of the little quick trip gas station thing. It's called Casey's General Store. They have free air. Only place in town with free air. The only place in town with air after a certain amount of time too. Anyway, so I drive over there, and when I get there, and I drove slow where it wouldn't tear the tire up. But it's the only place I could get air. So I drove over there, and when I got there, well, that tire was just ripped to shreds. It had cuts and holes, and it was just messed up. Anyway, I was going to change to the spare. Well, I opened the trunk up, went to pull the spare out, and it's bolted in. And I said, well, that's okay. I'll just unscrew the bolts, and I went to twisting on it, and the little old bolt thing, it's like really a nut that's on like a hook shaped, stud of some kind. So I started unscrewing the nut, and I get to the very end, and the last 4 or 5 threads on the stud is boogered. They're just real cut up and messed up. And so that was terrible. I didn't have a pair of pliers or anything to finish taking that off, and I couldn't get the tire off. The wheel, the tire out. So I don't, for some reason I go in the front inside the building. I say, y'all have a pair of pliers I can borrow? And she said, well, no, but I think I got some in the car. So uh, she goes looking through her trunk, and she don't have any pliers. And so I'm over there messing with my car, messing with the tire, trying to see if I can just break the stud, and pull that on out. Well, I noticed that there's no jack in there either for some reason. There's no jack or a 4-way or anything like that. So I say, well, do you have a jack and 4-way? She says, well, I think I got that. And she pulls out this little old bitty jack for little old bitty cars because she's got a little old bitty car. And this little dinky old tire jacking up kind of thing she's got it's just a little bitty thing. Anyway, and she's got a 1-way, a tire iron. And it only fits her little car. The one end only fits her. And it was a Chevrolet or something. And I got a Mercury. So anyway, it was way too small and all that. So she gets on the phone and calls her boyfriend's father, I think is what it was, and says, there's a guy over here stuck. Can you come and help him? And he's in bed. He's like just finna get in bed. He's got his PJs on, she said. And anyway, he says, I'll be there in a minute. And I thought to myself, that's just wonderful, somebody to get out of bed and come help them. That's what I do pretty much. That's all I have to offer this world is that I help my friends. And I thank God, I really do, that it pays off. And when you're in need, people will come and help you. There's good people left in this world, and that means a lot to me. So that guy showed up, and he not only did he have the jack and the 4-way and all that stuff, he don't let me do it. He says, I'll do it. Just back up and watch. And so I held a flashlight, and he reaches in there and grabs that tire, the spare, out of the trunk, and he just pushes back in on the stud part and pulls it out, and it's got a little hook on it. And he said, usually that's the way they are. And I was like, in newfangled cars, they got all kind of crazy stuff I don't know about. So anyway, Anyway, he changed my spare. It looked like it'd never been put on the ground. The spare looks brand new. So it's wonderful. Now I don't have a spare, but I got 4 tires that are run for a while, maybe. Well, I got 1 tire that are run for quite a while, my spare, and the other tires are sort of, you know. So, so I did that, and finally I got back to the girls, and I said, I'm sorry that they don't take my card, and I had told I called them anyway, and they knew about everything that's going on, and they weren't worried about it. So so I got a spare on my car now, and windows won't roll down, and the air conditioner needs juiced up to some Freon or whatever they got now. It's R134 or something like that they call it. Anyway, can you see my hat? It's got a rooster on it. I bought that down in Mississippi at the Ripley Trade Day they got down there. It's like a big yard sale. It's like, a mile big or something. It's huge. Anyway, I got it down there about, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago. And it's been in storage. And finally, so I got my stuff out of storage over at my ex's, and my hat was in it. And so I might have had the hat. She didn't want me wearing it because she don't like, like the cockfighting things and stuff. But anyway, I'm not a cockfighter, but I like the hat. And so anyway, uh, that's what's been going on for the last couple of days or so. And everything's not bad. I mean, I'm getting really better mentally. I'm learning skills to deal with stress, anxiety, and so uh, really happy. I mean, I'm not jumping up and down for joy happy, but I'm really glad that I'm not in a worse place, because I have been in worse places, and I could be in a worse place definitely. And so and so that's that's what's going on for now. So I hope y'all don't mind watching this, and I would be so happy if you would tell your friends to come look. Just to, if I might could say one thing that has anything to do with anybody other than myself's life, and I want to be able to say things that mean something to somebody, and eventually I'll get around to that. Uh, so thank you for listening, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.